we go. Okay, so page 114. You can predict the values by reading off of your trend line. And you've probably done this in math. Actually, you know what? Everyone should go get a ruler. Actually, you can have a ruler. That would be perfect.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Because what we're going to do is we are going to estimate something in between the lines. Here is a hint. The word inter Anyone ever taken an international flight? International goes in between nations. International between nations. So the prefix inter means between.
Planes and air the national, like the ones that were national flights. Oh my goodness. They're not good.
Now, I don't know how you're going to remember the last part of it. You're probably just going to have to learn it because the word is interpolating. Interpolating. So the accent goes on the ter. Interpolating. Well, every word has stresses, not an accent, but like a stress. Okay, but we call them accents when you're talking about English because English doesn't actually have any accents other than just stressed syllables. So the stressed syllable is interpolating. But if you say it wrong, I don't care. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay? Interpolating. So if we were to look at our graph and we were to say, I don't have any data points here, but this area is in between these data points and these data points. Then we are interpolating. If we're trying to guess at a value that is either above or below the data points, so in other words, let's see, what color pen do I want? I want favorite pen 4. There we go. This area here and this area here. Extra. If something is extra, that means it is beyond. Extraterrestrial is from beyond the earth. Yep. Extra means beyond. So if we go beyond our data points, and you can go above the data points or you can go beyond, below the data points. That's called extrapolating. And the accent is on the trap. Extrapolating. So you can either interpolate or you can extrapolate. And how do we actually do that? Well, what we do is we take our thing and we say, okay, if I'm going to extrapolate, I have data points between about 12 degrees Celsius and maybe about 25-ish degrees Celsius. What if I wanted to know, let's see, this is probably sales of ice cream, I'm guessing. Oh, by the way, what title would we give this graph? Tell your partner, what title would we give this graph while we're here?
Sales versus temperature, or sorry, there's another.
You don't have to do any of the others. That one is fine, okay? This would be, what comes first? Sales versus temperature. Because remember, when you're reading, which one do you come across first? You come across the y-axis and then you come across the x-axis. Sales versus temperature. Now, if I said, how many sales will we make when the temperature is 11 degrees? What I do is I go on my temperature scale and I go to where 11 degrees is. 11 is right here. Okay, there's 11. And I draw a line. So I literally go and I get my ruler. This one is done for you. But I get my ruler. And I draw a line up from 11 until it touches the trend line. And then we read across. So we draw a line perpendicular at 90 degrees. So it rays right across. And we say, what is that value right there? Well, that's about $140. You might say $150. It's okay, as long as you make a best guess. This is a lot like measuring. You're making an interpretation. You're making an estimated digit, okay? Now, what if we wanted the sales at 29 degrees? So you would do the same thing. You would say at 29 degrees, I'm going to draw a line up until, ooh, that's not what we want. We do not want Chem 12. There we go. Up until it touches the trend line. And then we draw across until it touches the y-axis. And then we read, what is this value here? This value here is $740. So at 29 degrees, we could predict that probably you're going to get about $740 worth of sales. Maybe it's ice cream, because that sounds like it could be, because it's something that you sell when it gets more of when it gets hot, okay? Or water or something like that. So if you're reading beyond, this is beyond the data points. If you're reading beyond, what's the word? You are extrapolating. Everyone say it with me. Extrapolating. Let's do it 3 times so it becomes ours. Extrapolating, extrapolating, extrapolating. And if you did not participate in that, that means you did not activate those neurons in your brain. You want as many neurons attached to that piece of information as possible. Right now you have the reading neurons, right? Because you've read it on the page, hopefully. You have the listening neurons. You have the neurons that are attached to your auditory system, because you've heard me say extrapolate. But if you did not repeat it, because you do not have the speaking neurons engaged, is it going to be better if you have more neurons attached to a word or less neurons attached to a word? More. So we're going to say it again 3 times. And if you didn't participate with us the last time, please do it this time so that you have the best access to that word as possible. If you're reading beyond the data points, what are you doing? You are
Extrapolating.
You are
Extrapolating.
You are
Extrapolating.
Good job. Okay. And if you're extrapolating, which direction are you going? Are you going between or beyond? You're going beyond. Okay. Now, if we're in between the data points, what's the prefix, that starting point of the word, that means between? Inter. So what are we doing here? We are Interpolating. We are what?
Interpolating.
We are, and one more time. Excellent. And what does inter mean? Inter means between. Okay. Now we're saying I've got temperatures between 12 and about 25. 21 is in between that. So I can say at 21, we read up until it touches the line, and then we read across. Okay? Now, I have a tricky one for you. I got a tricky one for you. I want to figure out the sales at 22.5 degrees Celsius. 22 this is 23 here. This is about 22.5 here. That's a 23. That's a 22.5. So everyone's got the ruler? Draw a line up from 22.5. And I'm going to give you two choices. Now you're going to draw a line across. Draw a line across. And I'm going to give you two choices for the answer. Option A. Do we like $450 or do we like $510? Do we like A or do we like B?
Oh, this is B.
This is B.
Oh,
do we like A or do we like B? I'm hoping everyone said B because 450, even if this had gone directly through that point, you never read, you never interpolate by saying, oh, I found a data point. No. You never say, I found a data point. You say, I'm going to read off my trend line. Because if I'm predicting, I want to predict the average, the most likely number that I'm going to get at 22.5 degrees. And that most likely number, that average, is where our trend line is. And so we would read across here. So always go up to the trend line. And then across. Do not use a data point. So far, so good? Okay. Someone was going to be away on Monday. Who was that? I might not even give this one till Wednesday, but just in case you want it. Okay. Probably I won't give it out till Wednesday because I don't feel any obligation. Okay. All right. So let's go here now. And we're going to do an example. Okay. We have, what does inter mean? Between. What does extra mean? Beyond. Lily is getting trained for a 10K race. She ran, for some of her training runs, she records the distance she ran and how many minutes she ran. So we have her miles. 4 miles took her 38 minutes. 2 miles took her 25 minutes. 1 mile took her 7 minutes, etc., etc. Now you'll notice she did more than one run for 4 miles, right? Because maybe she did one on Sunday and she did one on Thursday. Yeah? And her times were different. So if I were to ask you, how long would it take her to run 4 miles? Would you be able to say 38 or 45? Or should you do something entirely different? Lily runs 4 miles. How long would you predict that it's going to take her on average? And we don't know yet because we have not drawn our trend line. If you're going to predict, you need to use the trend line. So let's take a look. First thing you do is you make a scatter plot. I've saved you some time and I've made the scatter plot. Okay? You must have a trend line. Pardon me?
Why is it a 10K race and you put distance in miles?
Well, I don't know, because it's some weird American example. Because Americans run 10K races because it's a standard distance to run, but they measure their distances in miles. I don't know, Americans are weird. But so are Canadians, because what do we measure temperature in? Degrees Celsius. But what's your oven measure temperature in? Fahrenheit. So we're just as weird as they are, okay? And I think we also do swimming pool temperature in Fahrenheit. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Okay. So we've drawn our trend line, and now we want to predict how long it's going to take Lily to run 4 miles. So remember, it's not 38 minutes. It's not 45 minutes. How are we going to predict how long it takes her to run 4 miles? Tell your partner, what are you going to do? Show them on the graph. What are you going to do to predict? Kachator. Ryan would love someone to talk to, I bet.
I went to art class and everyone in art class was so loud. Except it's like they're loud and I'm like I really think it's project.
Okay, what do we got? What do you guys think the distance would be? Give it a try. Use your ruler. Figure out what you predict her distance will be at 4, or her time would be for 4 miles. Figure out her time for 4 miles. Use your ruler. Hudson, you should be doing this too. All right, now on your test, I'm going to expect you to be able to show your work. So if you said to me that the time would be, how many minutes do you guys think? 40. If you say 40 and your sheet looks like this, I will give you 1 mark out of 2. Okay? Because it will say, show your work. The question will actually say, show your work. What would showing your work look like? Drawing the line until it touches the trend line, and then drawing it across. And then you could say 40 minutes. And then you would get 2 out of 2 instead of just 1 out of 2. When you guys did this, was this interpolation or extrapolation? This was interpolation. So how long would it take her? It would take her 40 minutes. That was interpolation. How do you know that it was interpolation? It's between the data points. Now, you're going to tell your neighbors a distance, and you get to pick it. Guys, are you paying attention? I got a question for you. Give a distance for which you would have to extrapolate the data. Yours might be different than your neighbor's. You get to pick one. Pick a distance for which you would have to extrapolate the data. Okay, what do we got? Who's got a data point? Ryan.
6 because it's outside of data.
6 because it's outside the data. Yeah, we could have a 6 maybe over here, right? That is outside our data. So 6 miles. Oh yeah, 6 would be way over here. Sorry. That would be 5.5. You are absolutely correct. Thank you for that catch. Okay, so we could have 6. Is there another number we could do? 0.5, absolutely, 0.5, because that is also outside the data. And because we don't really have a graph that goes out to 6, why don't we all figure out, actually, no, let's not do the extrapolation for 0.5 miles. How many minutes? 5 minutes. Excellent. You can go backwards too. You don't have to always go from X up and across. You can go from Y across and down. So, what distance could Lily run in 45 minutes? Woo. Show your work. So what could she run in 45 minutes? How far? So we got our 45 there. And we go across. And my question to you is, should it be 4 miles or 4.5 miles? 4.5 miles. And in order to finish showing my work, I would be like, okay, I go across and then I go down. Was this interpolation or extrapolation? Interpolation. Excellent. Okay. Do we need to do another example, or do you guys feel you've got it? You've got it? Okay. So what you are going to do now is you are going to do this exercise here, okay, on page 116. Why do I have two of those? That's crazy.
Times 10 is 100.
10 times 10 is 100. Yes, it is.
Times 10 is
Yeah.
is 1,000.
Yeah.
And then times 10 is 10,000. Okay.
Yeah.
How many zeros is that? Oh, that's 4. Okay, I think I got it. There we go. Right. Well, once you like get the gist of it, it's just painful to look at.
And then once you've done page 116, you can do the graphing on page 117. Now 117 is a little weird, so I'll explain it in a moment. Just do 116 for now.
Wait.
Yes.
It says right here.
Have I got my answer key wrong?
No, it's not an answer key. It's one of the questions.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look.
Here it says.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it also says that here.
Oh, this should say -1. Yeah, that's the boo-boo. There you go. Thank you. Folks, when you're done page 116, you're going to do on page 17, and the only thing that's a little confusing is all of this data is for the one graph. So that's on page 117, and you're going to do it to try and get 14 out of 14 on your scatter plot checklist. We're doing this one first. So you're going to predict the
Yeah, because it's going to, right? Yeah. So I got the phone, and now I don't. My password for my like actual like computer and like everything for my Teams, my Word, it's not working. And I know I'm
Okay.
using the right one. And
Okay.
So now I can't use my Teams.
Okay, let's take, I'm just gonna close this so we don't like show this all over the place. And I think I can reset it. So let's give that a try. Why don't you come around here because at some point you'll need to type in your password. Pardon me?
Oh, the thing where you do it yourself is like everything. Maybe I
Okay, try that, try that. Hi.
247. Scary, guys. It's not that scary. I'm not walking today. Oh, thank you. Ask me to touch it. Ask me to touch it. I don't think
Yeah.
is it on yeah, it's yeah, you put height as the X. Oh wait, no. Sorry, that's yeah, that's what I thought. Sorry, it's you didn't have to erase it. Wait, you can swear. There's just a number of I think you should just put both. So far, I will. Yeah, it's 20 people, but it's so you put both of us, right? Yeah. That's what I do. Oh my gosh. I'm not starting at a zero. I would have like post papers. Oh, yeah. This is how you do it. Yeah, I did, but like I don't really want it. Okay, I probably should. What? No, I just need 10 minutes. Wait, what? Oh, with one big yes.
Any questions here?
Right? It's like, no, they're the same. They're not the same. Sorry, they're part of the same one. Just graph them.
Are you alright? No? Okay.
So it's like split. It's really amazing. That's good.
gets bigger.
Did yours end at 100?
Oh, you should do 5. Yeah. Is this $3? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having
Just being colors. I did a great thing. Don't look like like 60. That's it. Yeah.
Why are you making me?
What? I'm just. Yeah.
Cause like,
Oh, you close that for me.
why would I even start at?
Wait, what's the title? There you go.
Ready?
Oh, I think.
Oh wait, no. Good. Wait, I forgot to write that.
Are you sure? I just want like.
You're how far does that go?
Oh, secret.
Okay. How to start?
I just did this.
That's done. One's
Yeah.
done. 170 and 65. Why are they so far? 160.
I just did like this. See, I don't know. Super sick. That's which one? How many faces?
So, how much you weighed,
Okay.
which way round? Okay, yeah, so mass is.
161.
Any questions here? Yes. Right, yes. Any questions here? Okay.
What, 98? What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so. You have to go all the way to 98?
Anything here?
One. Oh my god.
No, I was sorry. The lower value, start all the way from 0.
Okay.
Because some ask you, like, how much will it be for 44 kilograms? Or how much will it be for, I don't know, 25?
My best.
That's a smart move to it, it makes sense, but like, always starts with 0.
Okay. No, you can move it all. No, I can't do that. No, I don't know. Okay, now time to do the math. I mean, I could like do it up here. Now I don't have 0 here.
Yeah.
But
Possible. So it is a bit of a, there's a bit of a balance between those two things, right? And I don't make that balance great. So just.
How many meters or centimeters kilogram or per.
like that. Because it's and
It's a good idea.
line graph. Okay.
Which one is it?
Okay, so line 60.
Okay.
Mass or is mass?
Okay.
Like I would be somewhere. Sure. Okay.
Eight.
Wait.
If you're finding it frustrating, done, I'm already Folks, if you're finding that there's too many points on the graph, you're finding it frustrating, you just want to be done, you don't have to do both lines of data, you could just pick one. Okay, that's just gonna make your life a little bit easier.
You can choose one set of data.
Where is my
Now.
right
Did you guess what the teacher said?
Yeah.
The teacher said it was like too many numbers, too difficult, you can just stay with one line.
Your lowest number is
Yeah.
biggest number is
So you have me.
That's a smart way. But in the future, there might be no like extended distance. It might be just a slim sheet of graphic paper for you to graph it. Yeah.
Yeah, another piece of paper, take it
Exactly.
and then continue.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's gonna be a lot bigger than this tiny little space.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
weird. 99 and
Missed the bell.
198. Where even is dude? Yeah, you gotta draw a line.
This makes me so bad.
You know, I'm extending it right now. Okay, you cut up really short. 90.
It's like not even on the ground.
I know, that's
Put it right there for now.
So folks, your homework. Finish those 2 pages and study for your quiz on the vocab on Monday. Please omit double blind and bias because we have not yet talked about those.
Omit means get rid of.
Omit means get rid of.
Blind and biased. Words that are on here but we're not gonna fit.
Okay.
No, omit means get rid of.
Where is my
Yeah.
There's so one of them right now. There we go. You all need to get rid of. Thank you. It's all computer.
Good job, Franklin. You crushed it this week.
You are absolutely correct. They did.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys have done
Finally.
remarkably well. It's awesome.
I'll try to study here because I do want to try. Yeah. Not too thick.
Well, and the thing is, if you're like, okay, I just don't want to do the equipment because that's just too much, then just don't do the equipment, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Hi. Okay, this is great. The only thing is, do you see how your data is all over here? So what you would do is you might start at 120. Yeah, I know we got conflicting information there. I think it depends on what you're being asked for. Yeah? Yeah. Anyway, all good. So don't worry about it. That won't be on the teacher. So, yeah.
If you have forgotten to take your phone, take your phone.
Ah, you got a form for me. Right. Where are you off to? I'm so jealous.
Oh my, this chair. It's a bunch of templating.
All right, so this is science. There we go. I'm jealous. Because that sounds like an awesome way to spend an afternoon. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend.
I think you're fairly clear from
You're right. I do. I was doing it how I was waiting. You guys know which way. You're fine. I know. Walking away. Hey, you know, come back. Yeah. But it's not anything over. That's why you do this. Yeah. Okay,